Welcome to the deep dive. Ever been in one of those virtual meetings, nodding, looking engaged,
Mm,
but actually, maybe checking out new job postings on another screen?
happens more than you'd think, I bet.
Totally.
Yeah.
So today, we're looking into exactly this whole thing our sources are talking about: seeming present online while secretly job hunting. We got observations, some pretty wild strategies people use,
Right.
and our mission is basically to unpack how it works, why people do it, and well, the tricks of the trade.
It's really interesting how virtual work opened up this possibility, hasn't it? You've got the meeting persona,
Yeah.
and then the reality of maybe needing or wanting to find something new. It leads to what some call the modern multitasker's dilemma.
That phrase really nails it. This
Hmm.
conflict between keeping up appearances professionally and, actually trying to move your career forward, but doing it
Yeah.
secretly.
So why is this happening now? What is it about today's work environment?
Well, I think the remote setup itself is a big part of it. It can feel a bit detached sometimes, can it?
Definitely.
And let's be real, not every single meeting requires your absolute 100% focus.
True.
So you have that downtime, plus job sites are just there, always accessible, and there's pressure to climb the ladder. It all just kind of brews together.
Creates the perfect storm almost.
Exactly. And our sources broke it down into what they call the three tiers of virtual meeting camouflage, which I thought was a really helpful way to see the different
All
levels.
the tears. Yes, that makes sense. It helps sort of classify the approaches. So level one, what's that look like?
Okay, level one is the minimalist participant.
Right.
Cameras on, definitely, mic
Yeah.
muted. But like one source said, their spirit is on Indeed.com.
Huh. Yeah. So low effort, high distraction.
Pretty much. It's about the visual,
Hmm.
being seen, but minimal actual input. The
Yeah.
key detail, the occasional eyebrow raise.
Oh, yeah. What's the deal with that?
Well, it's ambiguous, isn't it? Could be deep thought about the meeting,
Or,
or you're silently reacting to, like, the salary range in a job description you just saw.
wow. Okay. That's subtle, leveraging ambiguity.
Exactly. Low energy, looks involved. Then you get to level two, the strategic engager. This is more active.
Okay. Stemming it up a notch. How so?
This is where you use specific phrases strategically,
Hmm.
like asking, could you elaborate on that point?
Not because you need clarification, but
But because it buys you like 15 seconds to switch screens and quickly tweak your resume or scan a job ad.
tactical questioning. Clever.
And the pro tip they mentioned was asking about something specific, like what were last quarter's metrics on X?
Okay, why that?
Because it sounds engaged, but it's often data someone might have to quickly look up, giving you a natural pause to toggle over to LinkedIn or whatever.
That is strategic. Using the meeting's own content flow to create openings. It does make you wonder about meeting efficiency, though, if people feel the need for this.
Good point. And that brings us to level three, the technical difficulties virtuoso.
Okay, Virtuoso. Sounds advanced.
Oh, it is. This is where you weaponize tech issues. The classic, oh, sorry, you froze there for a second.
Uh-huh. We've all heard that one.
But maybe you're actually using that moment because your phone just buzzed with a salary range text from a recruiter.
No way.
Yes. And the really advanced play, pretending your keyboard is lagging.
Lagging.
Yeah, like, oh, sorry, typing is slow today. To explain why you're taking a bit long to answer a question, when really you're quickly typing an answer into a chat for a different interview happening simultaneously.
Whoa. Okay, that's next level commitment to the side hustle. Juggling interviews during meetings?
Apparently, it speaks volumes about the pressure to seem constantly on, doesn't it?
It really does. Are people just adapting to a system that kind of pushes them into this? So, okay, beyond the meeting itself, the sources talk about the actual art of the virtual interview side hustle, the logistics.
Right. So you've managed to look busy. But how do you actually do the interview during work hours? Step one, the calendar block.
The mysterious calendar entry.
Exactly. Using something vague but plausible like medical appointment or dentist.
Yeah.
But it's really code for, a final round interview.
And the motivation behind it often being,
Often it's about finding a place that actually, gives decent raises,
yeah,
something many people feel they aren't getting currently.
that resonates. Okay, so calendar blocked. What's step two?
Step two, the background blur.
Yeah.
We all use it, right? Hides the messy room.
Guilty.
But
Yeah.
there's a secondary, sneakier purpose,
Ooh.
concealing maybe little sticky note lists you have behind you of companies never to work for again.
Huh. A visual block list. That's actually quite smart. Avoid accidentally praising a company you're trying to escape.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And step 3, the echo misdirect.
Echo misdirect.
Suddenly saying, oh, sorry, getting a bit of an echo here. Let me mute for a sec.
Ah, the quick mute excuse.
Yeah. Buys you just enough time to quickly take that call from the recruiter that came in. Audio off, video still on, looks normal.
Smooth. And there was a pro tip connected to this, too.
Yes. Using the phrase, let me take this offline, sounds responsible, right? Like you'll follow up later.
Mm-hmm. Standard meeting speak.
But the real reason might be to quickly jump onto Glassdoor and check out the company reviews for the job you're considering.
Using corporate jargon for covert research. Nice. Okay, but what if? What if you slip up, nearly get caught?
Ah, yes. The emergency excuses for when someone raises an eyebrow for real.
You need a backup plan.
Exactly. First up, the research defense. Someone sees a salary comparison site on your screen.
Uh-oh.
You say, oh, just benchmarking industry standards for our team roles.
Sounds legit. Professional, even. Diffuses the situation.
Then there's the networking alibi. Caught scrolling LinkedIn.
Helps.
Just building my professional network, important for industry awareness,
Yeah.
when really you're like desperately messaging strangers for referrals.
Framing the job hunt as professional development.
Okay. And the third one, maybe the boldest,
Yeah.
professional development. Someone asks what document you're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, just updating my career materials.
Yeah.
When that document is actually your resignation letter.
Wow. That takes guts. Updating career materials is technically true, I guess.
Right. And they even found a listener hack, people scheduling fake recurring dentist appointments way out in their calendar just to block interview slots.
The dedication is something else.
It really is.
Yeah.
Which leads perfectly into our listener challenge, Stealth Job Search Bingo.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, we want you, the listener, to play along. First challenge, invent a totally plausible reason for why your camera suddenly went off. Like maybe weird lighting issues actually means nipped out for a quick coffee chat with a hiring manager.
Ah! Love it. What else?
Second, show us, or at least describe your best I am definitely paying attention face. You know the one. That slightly delayed, thoughtful nod.
The one that says, I'm processing deeply.
Not, I'm processing this job offer email. Exactly.
Gotcha. And the last one?
Describe your job search, real or hypothetical, using only 3 emojis. The example given was runner emoji, down graph emoji, briefcase emoji.
Which could mean frantic job hunting or planning a swift exit.
Or maybe a corporate heist, who knows? It's open to interpretation.
It really highlights the performance art aspect of all this, doesn't it?
It does, and that ties into the digital trail we leave.
Yeah.
The browser history example.
Right. Searches that seem innocent alone.
Like how to negotiate salary, best excuses for last-minute PTO, non-compete clause loopholes.
Individually, maybe fine, but together.
Together, they paint a pretty clear picture, don't they? Someone's definitely thinking about leaving, or at least exploring options very seriously.
It's a digital breadcrumb trail, yeah. Shows how much our online activity can reveal, even if we're trying to be discreet.
Absolutely. Something to be mindful of.
For sure.
So wrapping up this deep dive, if you've ever, juggled a meeting and maybe a quick job search, you're definitely not the only one.
Not at all. And maybe understanding these tactics and motivations gives you a new way to look at your next Teams or Zoom call, maybe even find some humor in it.
Couldn't agree more. So go forth and split screen your way to freedom. Maybe blame it on an unexpected system update.
Sounds like a plan.
And definitely join us next time. We'll be tackling how to write a resignation letter that sounds grateful, but actually says, I'm out of here.
Ooh, that sounds juicy. Looking forward to it.